Hello, guys. Welcome back to Between the Ropes TV. We've got a very special guest today, Jack Hughes. Everyone will know him. He's been on the channel before. Jack, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Thanks for coming on again.
It's all right. No worries. Anytime, man.
Yeah,
Right,
Jack,
Oh,
we just thought we'd ask you. I mean,
fresh.
how's things going? You got the big fight at the weekend. How's camping?
Oh, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes, we
yeah.
can hear
Yeah,
you.
so I lost you for a second then.
Oh, that's all right. I was just explaining that you've got obviously a big fight for the southern area at the weekend, haven't you?
Yeah.
How's camping going? How's preparation been going for the fight?
Yeah, mate. It's gone really well. I'm on weight. I feel really fit. I've been doing 10 rounds, 8 rounds, easy in sparring. Yeah, I've just been on fire, really, to be honest with you. And it's been a struggle to find people to do 10 rounds with me. So, I can't complain of how it's gone.
No, I've
Jack, is
got to
that
say,
really? Oh, go on,
go on,
Josh.
sorry, Ray. I was going to say, I've got to say, obviously, for those that don't follow Jack on social media, it's definitely a page to follow. But you put a picture up of your check weight early, didn't you? And
Yeah,
you're looking in good form. In fairness to you, I've got to say it.
yeah. Thank you, mate. I'm always in good shape. True professional.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just going to say, Jack, because it wasn't long since you were last out when it was back in November.
Yeah, November time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So did you find it easier to kind of take over from that recent win? Because you put up a dominant win against Raymond Comey, didn't you? So do you find it
Yeah.
easy to take over because you've just recently been out?
Yeah, well, I like being in the gym all the time. So, the more
Mm.
I'm in the gym, the more fun I'm having, really. I enjoy the training side of things and so on. So I'm normally always in the gym anyway, regardless whether I'm got a fight lined up or not. So yeah, for me, it was just, another day at the office, just being in the gym all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And how because it's a title fight, have you done much? Obviously, I know you can't give away too much of your game plan, but have you tried to get opponents into to adapt for Paul Roberts, your opponent?
Yeah. We try and get similar people in, but to be honest, I think like for me personally, it's more about just getting the rounds in and learning.
Mm.
Like Kieran will come up with a game plan, and for me, it's just about getting the rounds in and trying to implement the game plan in sparring.
Mm.
Obviously, it helps having someone that's got a very similar style to him, but to be honest, I don't think it. For me, anyway, personally, I don't think it matters that much. If I'm being
Mm.
honest.
Yeah, and is that partly because you got such a good trust and bond with your coach? Whatever Kieran says, you're just going to implement in the ring.
Yeah, well, I massively trust Kieran. He's probably the best bond I've had with a trainer so far with me and Kieran. Like
Mm.
if he tells me to do something, I just do it. He says jump, I say how high, boss, kind of thing. And on top of that, I just believe in myself as well. So we've had mixing them two together. It just works for me.
Yeah, it's a good combination to have.
Mm.
Positivity all around. Just in terms of your opponent, though, I mean, he's coming in 3-3. He's never been stopped. As I just checked out on his record. I mean,
Mm.
what do you think in terms of looking at him? Do you think his strengths are, and what do you think you'd be looking to exploit come Saturday night?
His strengths are definitely he's very sharp, and if you let him set a pace, he can become quite awkward.
Mm.
But there are like obviously a lot of weaknesses that I do see in him, which I don't really want to obviously say too much.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so like, but there are like a lot of weaknesses that I see, and I just think my style is just wrong for him. Like, and even if you look at his record, the people that he's lost to or drawn to have a very similar style to me. And
Mm.
yeah, and I just think over the 10 rounds, eventually I'm going to break him down and get to him in the later stages.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's where the old adage comes through, as in styles make fights,
Mm,
where it looks as though his style's just tailor made
mm.
for you to exploit. Yeah, um, I suppose I know you don't want to look too much past this fight, Jack, but have you got an idea as to where you want to be after Saturday night in terms of like a free fight plan? Do you think that way with Kieran?
Yeah, like obviously we talk about the future. I mean, as you just said, like we don't really want to look too far ahead. We know
Yeah.
that Saturday night is the biggest fight of my career, my life, so on and so forth. But it is obviously hard not to think ahead at the same time. And yeah, like we spoke about it very briefly. We want to move on for obviously other titles. I have no like aspiration of defending it. Like I just, it doesn't really interest me. So we want to move on and go for other titles. We'd really like to get the Commonwealth title next. It's a big step up, but I think we can do it. And I'm looking to move down in weight as well, because Superfly, I've always made it very easily my whole career. Even now, still very comfortable. So I think we want to move down to fly, or maybe even light fly after this.
Well, it's interesting you brought that up, Jack, because I've been looking and seeing that you've fought at even higher weights before, you know, in your fight. So I was going to ask you if you felt as though, you know, this was going to be your weight now, and you're on about cutting down. But are you getting a nutritionist on board, or is just the weight just comes off that easily from you being so active because you like the gym, right, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, we are going to get a nutritionist on board, especially if we go down 2 weights. But yeah, the weight does come off easy when you know, when I'm training, because I have a high work rate, and like it just seems to burn off easy. So, but yeah, we will be getting a nutritionist and looking into new things, because even though I always make the weight quite comfortably, I think there's stuff that, I mean, with every professional, I'm sure there's always stuff that they can do better, and that I just want to better myself every time. So yeah, that's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, it just sounds as though, you know, you're really meticulous with your planning, and you know, it sounds as though there's only going to be one way, and our outcome is that's a good performance and a good out in the ring on Saturday night.
Yeah. So it's only going one way. It's 100%. It's only going one way. I really believed in this fight. I really believe it's my time, and I just really believe in myself. And I've got a team now behind me that really believes in me, which I didn't have for a long time in my career. So it's just put me in a really good place. But you know, even outside the ring, I'm in a very happy, good place. You know, I've got good things going for me at the moment. So, you know, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, as they say.
Yeah. And just on a final point, Jack, how important is it in the last week of camp, fight week essentially, is it to have a good, stable sort of family, friends around you, no distractions, just so you can focus on Saturday?
Oh yeah, it's really important. You know, like you don't want to be any kind of like stress or just anything, like just idiots calling you up to go out partying if you've got a weak mentality and you go out with to that. Like, you know, it's bad, because one little slip up in this stage, it can cost you everything. You know, if I go in tomorrow and I'm really stressed out, and you know, I could perform sluggish, and I could just take that into the ring with me. So it's just good, you know, it's good to have good people around you, people that ain't going to call you up and ask you to do like silly things because they know it's important as well. So yeah, it's incredibly important.
Good.
No, brilliant. I mean, we'll wrap it up there, Jack. But just before we let you go, obviously ticket deadline, that was tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
So I'll drop Jack's socials in the description of this video, guys. So you're going to have to be quick now. I'll put this out straight away. Yeah. Message Jack for tickets. And I think, you know, we're all behind you, mate. Best 100%. Of luck for Saturday. And I'm sure we'll have you on shortly, and we'll be talking about a Southern Area title win and what's next.
100%, mate.
Brilliant. Best of luck. Best of luck.
Thank you, mate.
Best of luck, fella.